How you doing?
Hey, Bill, I'm good. You?
Good, good. Sorry about that. Hit the wrong button.
Yeah, it happens.
I hear you,
It
man.
happens.
So where you calling from today?
Rainy Vancouver. How's it in sunny Fort Lauderdale? Or are you in Miami?
We're in Fort Lauderdale, about 3 miles away from where the Riptide Music Festival is going to be held on Sunday, December 3rd, where we're going to see you guys live. And the weather right now is kind of cloudy, a little rainy here and there, but we're like 78 degrees, so we can't complain.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, I think we're rocking about 40 or something, but, it's all good. I don't mind the rain. I'm used to it.
Yeah, and with Thanksgiving coming up this week, it'll just, with the cold, dreary weather, it'll just make it feel more like the holidays, I guess.
Yeah, right.
Awesome. Well, again, we're looking forward to seeing you and the guys, again, at the Riptide Music Festival in 2 weeks, Sunday, December 3rd, right here on Fort Lauderdale Beach, man. And I know you guys have done some beach shows in the past. You did the Pompano Beach Seafood Festival a couple of years ago, so this is right up your alley.
It is. I mean, we love Florida. What a great place to hang, and it's going to be an amazing show, because Jerry, our road manager / sound man, he's a big fan too. He said he saw him live. He said it's total party time with that band. So it's kind of what we strive for as well.
Yeah.
To have a really good time and get everybody smiling and jumping and clapping and high fiving and whatever else. It's all good.
Definitely. Now, looking back, when did you first know that you wanted to make music for a living?
Wow. I've been playing guitar, I guess when I was I'm just trying to think, 67 was probably the turning point for me. I was playing clubs, and I was working at a straight job. I still live in Coca-Cola products, and playing a club every night till 1 a.m. And I think I lasted on the Coke job about a week for sleeping on the job, maybe something like that. But anyway, that was the turning point for me. I went, why am I going through all this, jumping through all these crazy day job hoops when I maybe could just do what I'm doing? So I just stopped looking for gigs, and I started writing, or trying to. It took me forever to figure out how to write songs, but so that was the turning point. I got fed up with 9 to 5.
Now, back then, who were some of the bands you were listening to that inspired you musically?
Hendrix, no doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, Hendrix and the Beatles were my two, favorite guitar players. I mean, George Harrison was totally one of my favorite guitar players, and all the different sounds they had, and not to mention not bad songwriters, as it turned out. And Hendrix too he was a total inspiration.
Definitely. Now, look, we see that your 1989 solo album, Hardcore, is now available for the first time digitally on a lot of the formats like Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Google Play. Why bring it out now, again?
I'm working on a new record and a new solo album, and I don't know what prompted me to look on Spotify. I mean, I've been a subscriber to Spotify for, I don't know, many years now. I love it. And I was going, you know what? I don't think Hardcore has ever been released on that.
Yeah.
And sure enough, I did a search, so I'm a huge fan of streaming. It's like it's Netflix but music.
Yeah.
And you pay a monthly fee, and I'm sure everybody knows you get all you can eat. And it's the same thing with Apple Music and Google Play and all those really great apps. So I called up my manager, Jonathan Wilson, and I told him, I said, why don't we see if we can get Columbia or Sony to release it? And sure enough, they went, yeah. And I guess they have the original masters for probably Betamax tapes back in the day for the two videos I shot. Sword and Stone and Draw the Line. So we're going to be releasing those as well shortly, linking them over probably from our Facebook and our Loverboy website.
Now, this particular album, I mean, it's a who's who of musicians on here. I mean, we're talking people like, contributions like with Paul Stanley and Desmond Child as writers, Bruce Kulick. I mean, Mike Reno, of course, of Loverboy, had contributions, and the late Todd Cerny, Bon Jovi. I mean, what was it like putting this album together originally in 1989?
Well, I got Sword and Stone from Desmond Child. I was in New Jersey writing Notorious and a few other tunes that didn't actually see the light of day. But and while we were in the session, Desmond Child joined us. I was originally just working with Richie and John, and I don't know how that happened. I can't remember how that happened. I think it was might have been at Bruce Fairbairn's suggestion. Even though Bruce wasn't our producer anymore, he suggested that I maybe they'd be open to it. So I phoned up John, and because I talked to John earlier about Bruce. Actually, he wrote me a letter or phone call. I can't remember what it was, and was asking me about Bruce Fairbairn if he was any good, and I went, he's the best.
Yeah.
So that led to them working, and then which led to me going to Jersey and to John's house and working on a bunch of tunes. And as I say, Desmond joined us, and he played me this tune, Sword and Stone. I went, this is an amazing song. I love this song. This is right up my alley. It's kind of dark, kind of heavy, but it's got a real good, sexy theme to it. And I played it for Mike, and Mike went, it's not really my thing. I went, okay, well, that's cool. And I played him a few of the tunes off that album, and he just didn't hear it. It wasn't him lyrically or stylistically or what. Just at the time, he just wasn't into it. So I went, that's cool, no big deal. And so I wrote a few more songs and put it out. And CBS at the time were amazing. They were really just supported me to death. I mean, they paid for the album and they paid for the video, and they helped me get on tour with the Opening for Bad Company and with my 4-piece band, which included Matt actually on drums. And so we did a bunch of club dates around Vancouver, and then we did a 10-day tour with the Opening for Bad Company. So it was an amazing opportunity. We played, I think it was Springfield, Missouri. I think that's where it was, and it was huge. I couldn't believe the response. It was like, whoa, this is good. And but as it turned out, we had 10 days, and we really dug it. We were on the bus, and, just did the whole bit. It was cool.
Now, you have two other solo albums titled Machine from 1995 and Blackstone from 1997. Are those available on Spotify?
The problem with I haven't really looked into Blackstone. That wasn't it was a solo album in that it wasn't Mike singing it or any other singers that I previously worked with. It was a new singer, Mark LaFrance, who is currently playing with Randy Bachman. Actually, he's an amazing drummer and singer in his own right.
Nice.
And so it's not really a solo album, but it kind of is, I guess. I mean, I wrote it, produced it, played most of the instruments and stuff, and got Mark to sing it. I don't know why. I really don't know why I didn't sing it at the time, but I was working with Mark, and I went, he could sing the hell out of these tunes.
Yeah,
and
so why not let him?
Great job.
Yeah.
Yeah. But to answer your question, the hardcore thing, it's a bit of a problem for me because the company, it was a Canadian company that put it out, and they're no longer in business, and I'm trying to figure out how I can get in contact with them. I sent an email to a company with the same name. It looked like they were in the music business, Strawberry Records, and I got no response. So I have a couple of leads. I'm going to try and get Machine on. I really doubt that I can get Blackstone up, but I'm hoping I can get Machine up as well. Yeah. I'm working on it.
All right, great. Well, hopefully that comes to fruition. Now, you had mentioned, playing all the instruments on the album. As a musician, are you self-taught? As far as playing guitar and such?
I had one guitar lesson. This is kind of a morbid thing, but I had one lesson from a guy. He was trying to show me how to tune, and a week later he wrapped up his Harley and unfortunately, he passed away. But after that was my one brush with guitar lessons, and then the rest of the time I just picked it up myself. Played along to records, played along and analyzed the Everly Brothers. They were a huge influence on me. And as it turns out, a big influence on the Beatles. Another one, as I was saying, one of my early favorites. In the two-part harmony thing that they did, and the Beatles did as well afterwards. And Loverboy as well. I don't know, it's ingrained in me, that two-part thing. You get the melody, and then you get the choruses and bits and pieces in the song with that two-part harmony. So that continues on my solo stuff too, and still that's what keeps coming up,
Yeah. Now, again, we're going to see you guys in a day less than 2 weeks at the Riptide Music Festival here in Fort Lauderdale on December 3rd.
Can you tell me something? I was on the website trying to figure it out. There's something like 12 bands on each day, and now on Sunday it goes from 11 to 8 o'clock at night.
Yes.
I'm just wondering, how the heck do they get 12 bands? They must have 2 or more stages at that venue?
Yeah, last year we went, there were 3 or 4 stages. Some are much smaller, but then they have, the main stage there. So I think, people like Salt and Pepper or maybe More Stay in the Time and some of the other bands will be on the smaller stages where, of course, Loverboy and Lou Gramm and of course Casey and the Sunshine Band. They have like freaking 30 members in their band, so they're going to take up a whole stage, So yeah, definitely. I do know, of course.
And Boys to Men too. They got 4 guys plus a band.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's how they're going to do it, because, like you said, it's just going to be impossible. Even if you have, everything set up behind each other, where when one band is done, push everything aside, push it from the back to the front, and get it going. But there's at least 30 minutes between, if not more time between each band, to get it all set up.
Yeah.
But being that this is a festival setup and it's on the beach, last year it brought in a little over 30,000 people. Of course, the lineup this year is better than last year, so they're expecting a lot more people. And with the Las Vegas tragedy so fresh behind us, do you as a band approach doing shows any differently, or you just keep on going forward like you normally do?
What are you going to do?
Exactly.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we want to play. Well, let's turn that around. People want to hear us still, which is incredible in itself. And as long as there's a demand, we're going to do our best to meet it. So I don't really. I mean, it was unbelievable the way that was set up with the high rocks right beside it, and the planning that went into it. It's like a friggin' musician's nightmare, but a fan's nightmare, anybody's nightmare, really.
Yeah.
And it could happen anywhere. It could happen at a game or a political rally or whatever, Mm-hmm. So it's a scary thing, but we don't think about it. It's like we're counting down the clock, and okay, we're on in 5, and away we go, and we enter into the bubble for however long we get. I suspect we'll probably play about an hour. I'm thinking, since there's so many bands.
Yeah.
And we'll step into our hour-long bubble and rock our faces off, and then try and get back to normal when the set's over.
Now, when you have a time set that's only like an hour, how do you go about choosing your set list?
Well, we have kind of a working set for, like, when we opened for Journey, we 4 years ago, we had 35 minutes, so we had 7 songs. So actually they let us go on 5 minutes early so that we could get our 7 songs without going over. So it's anywhere from 40, 45, an hour, 75, and to a 90. So we've got these little plots made out. We drop a couple of songs. We make sure that we play the big guns, and when we have a 90-minute set, there's more solos as well. There's bass and drum solo towards the end of the set.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing that gets axed, loses its tick mark,
Yeah.
And we know what tunes people want to hear.
Yep.
And I mean, we love to play it. We'll play. We got a lot of songs, but there's 15, 16 tunes that are our real core tunes, you know.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
that's what people want to hear. So we're happy to play them.
I mean, as a Loverboy fan, and I'm sure any Loverboy fan would say that every one of your songs is a number one song. I mean, when we hear you play the whole set, it's like listening to a Loverboy's greatest hits album.
Yeah.
It's just
Well,
fantastic rock.
That's kind of how it works. I mean, we were really fortunate to have some decent tunes that got on MTV and got some serious radio play, and it's incredible that people still want to hear these songs, and I love it.
Dude, they're timeless, man, and they kick ass. I mean, these songs rock, man. You know what I mean? And you're on a beach. You're in Fort Lauderdale. Hopefully, it's a nice sunny day. And where else would you want to be in the world but with Loverboy on the beach?
You got that right. That's exactly right. Where would you go if you had the choice? You know, that's where I would be for sure. But then I'm kind of prejudiced, you know. I'm kind of biased.
Yeah, you're a Vancouver guy.
Well, it's just a band. It's a great band. It really is. I mean, and it's high energy. The tunes lend itself to high energy, and we are super high energy guys, all five of us. And we love to play these songs, and we love the way each other plays, and because I play mostly, I try to pull it off, but I'm kind of prodding the other guys in the band, and it goes the other way around too. Well, actually, I don't know how they think, but that's how I do it. I'm trying to get a response out of my band members. I'm trying to stick it to them, you know,
yes.
And have them kick back, kind of, you know. And you know, you get that energy and that I don't know what, just a positivity that comes from the songs and from the personalities.
Yes.
And that's it's an amazing. I don't want to say formula because that's a kind of an ugly word, but chemistry is the word I'm looking at. I think we have a pretty cool chemistry. It's funny because when we played the second week we played in Vancouver back in '79 when we started playing. I guess, yeah, it was late '79 we started playing clubs. The second week somebody came up to me and said, "Man, you guys really have chemistry." And I thought about it. I went, "Well, yeah, I guess." But now I think I know what you were talking about, you know, because we still have it. We still have it personally, and we still have it musically. So,
well, with the chemistry,
that's my feel.
I mean, you got chemistry, you got great songs, and it doesn't hurt that you're going to have 30,000 plus people on that beach going bananas in front of you guys. So it's going to be a great time.
You know, I noticed that they're not going to allow drones there. I would love for one of my crew guys to bring a drone down and take a video of that of us playing. That would be insane. But it's probably not going to happen. I was looking at the stuff you're not allowed to bring in, and you can't bring in a wallet with chains. I went, oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, the festival producer, Von Freeman, was on the news the other day and talking about, you know, you really need to have common sense, you know, when you're bringing things to a concert. You know, don't bring a big bag full of shit, you know, because we're just going to send you back to your car. They were talking about security, how they're going to have bomb-sniffing dogs hitting all the hotels across the street. They're going to have a chopper flying over, watching the rooftops and stuff. I mean, they're really taking this very seriously. But I think if you guys get in touch with Von Freeman, he would love the idea of a drone. I mean, because this is video that you can share with them as well, and they can use that in their promo videos for next year. I mean, it's a no-brainer. So that's something.
Good idea, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what's I'm sure it's in our contract, but could you? We're playing 35 minutes, so I guess we'll be doing our 7 songs. I just got a text back from my road manager on how long our set was.
Oh, okay.
So that'll be interesting.
I'll text you the email for Von Freeman, who's the guy that started Riptide, you know, and he's promoting the hell out of it, and he's a promotional kind of guy. So if you can get video of it from a drone of the beach and the crowd and the action, I mean, it's a no-brainer. I know they're going to use it for their promo and everything. So I'll text you that information the second we get off the phone, and hopefully it can happen.
Okay.
All right. Dean, I want to thank you, Paul, I want to thank you so much for taking the time out to talk with us again. It's been about 4 years since our last conversation, so it was good to catch up. And again, we're going to see you guys in 2 weeks. Fort Lauderdale Beach, Riptide Music Festival, Sunday, December 3rd.
Yeah, Bill. Awesome. Thanks very much, man. Appreciate it.